Okay, good morning, officially good morning. And so we're going to start with, we're going to talk today. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. It just kind of went out on me. We're going to talk about working with your sphere. And I know we talk about this a lot, but I want to drive home why you need to do this. And give you some scripts on how to do this. Gosh. I so apologize. I don't know what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with, first of all, why do you do that? Why do you want to get in touch with your sphere? All right, there's all the sweet, loving reasons that you want to keep in touch with them, but I want to tell you the financial reason. So I want you to get out your phone and I want you to open your contact list. Everybody open your contact list. And I want you to go to the bottom, or if you have an iPhone, you just scroll down to the bottom and it tells you how many contacts you have. So, and write that down. I want you to write that number down. And from there, and if you have an Android, it's up at the top over to the left. I think there's a couple buttons or a couple of those little dots. And I think if you push on that, that tells you how many contacts you have. So everybody got that? Yes, no, never.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now somebody tell me, let's just go please pop on and tell me, give me a couple numbers. How many people do you have in your contact list?
220.
220. Okay, good. Somebody else?
143.
143. Okay. Somebody else? Jeff, how many?
2,141.
Okay. So now let's take a look at what does that mean? That means that if we use the NAR numbers, the National Association of Realtor numbers, then that at any given time, 20% of those people are thinking about buying, selling, investing, or they're talking to somebody that is thinking about buying, selling, or investing. So let's do the numbers. I want each of you to take the number that you have and do 20% of that and tell me, and then write that down. What's 20% of that? So I'm going for round numbers. I'm going to say 200 are in my database. So 20% of that is 40 people, right? Okay, now I want you to write down what's your average sales point, or are you looking to have as your average sales point? If you don't have one and you don't know, then let's use 375, because that is the average sales price in Florida right now. So depending on whether you're using 375 or you're using your number, let's talk about the commission on that. So let's do 3% of that number. And then you're going to take out the 20% that EXP gets, and you're going to have 80% left. So for me, the 3% is 1120 to 11,250, and they take their commission, so it's $9,000 to me. Okay. Now I want you to take that commission number and multiply it by whatever number you have of your 20%. So for me, it's 9,000 commission with 200 people in my database and 40 of them looking. Then I have 40 times 9,000. That's an income of $360,000 a year with 200 people in my database. Somebody tell me what their number is. Heather, what's your number? Oh, I asked you to put something in your mouth. Sorry.
That's okay. 332,640.
Okay. Lumi, what's yours?
I'm sorry, I need a minute. I was in a call with someone. Give me
That's
one
okay.
second. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Virginia, did you do yours?
I just got here, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? I can't see anybody else's face. I just see your pictures. Anybody else want to pop in and tell me your number?
But I like the 300 something, you know?
Okay, so let's say that only half of those people use you. So what would your income be? So for me, if a half of them, it's 180,000. I still think 180,000 is pretty good, don't you?
It's good.
So why aren't you calling your people? And maybe that you don't feel like you have, that you know what to say. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some scripts. And I was hoping we could put you out into different rooms and you could play script practice together, but we're not gonna be able to do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice here. So I don't know, did any of you download the scripts that that Tiffany put in? Geez.
I have some of, I have some scripts, not Tiffany's because I cannot see the chat right now, but I have
Okay.
some.
I'm gonna give you a couple of scripts. I actually have been doing this with my organization, and for the last like 3 weeks, I've been calling and talking to top agents and asking, what are you doing to stay abreast of what's of the market and still staying on top of your game? And overall, everybody I talked to said, we're calling our sphere. We are doubling down and calling our sphere. I talked to George this morning and he said to tell you that he and Jackie, actually, they spend 1 hour every day calling their sphere. Just, I mean, every single day, every Monday through Friday, they call their sphere. So if they're doing it, then why aren't you doing it? So I've got some scripts, and they are available to you wherever Tiffany posts those things on. I'm thinking it's on the GPS website. But before we do that, let's talk about how many of you have done script practice. Just by show of hands, tell me how many of you have done script practice, and how often do you do it? Do you do it daily? Weekly?
I just started doing it last
Okay.
week.
So here's a tip. If you don't have somebody to do script practice with, take your script and stand in front of a mirror and do your script, and do it over and over and over again, and do it as fast as you can. Because what you want to do is you want to get that embedded into your brain. But I also want to tell you that calling your sphere does not require a script. It just requires a couple of things that you need to know, what to say and how to say it. So the next thing I want you to do with your phone is I want you to open it up to your calls. And I want you to tell me, Heather, I'm going to use you because you're easy. So you're right on front. I see you and whatever. So open up your phone and tell me, how many people did you call yesterday?
Three.
3. And why did you call them?
One was my mom,
Okay.
just because, and 2 were agents regarding a deal we're working on.
Okay. So I want you to go through and I want you to write down for the last 5 days how many calls you made every day and who you made them to. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and say, did I do my job? Was I calling my sphere? Was I looking to build business or not? The thing is that I can be really sweet to you, or I can tell you the truth. And if you want to stay abreast and you want to be successful in this market, you have got to be proactive. Also take a look at those people you did talk to, and whether it was your cousin or even your mom. Did you say anything about real estate? Did you say anything about who do you know that might be buying or selling or investing? Who have you heard talking about real estate? I don't want you to tell me that, but I want you to be truthful to yourself. And I want you to look through your phone and see who you called. And did you do that? I'll also challenge you that those people, that the last people that you called that weren't agents or your mom, that you call them back and say, hey, I just realized when I was talking to you, I didn't ask you, do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell? Have you heard anybody talking about buying or selling? I am looking to get I'm getting some listings because you know what? Our inventory is so low that I really need some listings. Do you know anybody that is interested in listing? If you don't ask, you won't get. And one of the agents on our coaching call yesterday was talking about that she's been making calls to her sphere, and one person that she called, she said she never ever thought in her life that this person was interested in buying or selling. And when she called and asked, she's like, well, yeah, I am. So you got to call to get reactions. So let's do some script practice, and my throat is really giving out. So I'm going to let you guys do some script practice. And I'm hoping that some of you that are not on your faces on here can get at least vocally participate. So let's talk. Here is a script, and I'm going to, you know what? I think I can put it, I think I can share my screen and you can see it. Hold on a second. I wasn't going to do this, but I think I can. Okay. Can you see my screen?
No.
No.
Okay, it's because I didn't share it correctly. Okay. Just have to pull this up. Okay, share screen. Screen.
Just so you know, I'm going to take a screenshot as soon as you get it up.
Okay, you can do that. Okay. Let's see, we put this up. Share screen. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
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 Okay. All right. All right. Here's a social conversation. So go ahead and I'm gonna move us out of the way so you can take a screenshot. Now this is an actual script that I got from an agent that he says he uses it all the time. It's been hugely successful anytime that there's low inventory. So let's take a look at that. And one of you, please come off mute and read the script.
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm you. Okay. I have a big problem that I was hoping you could help me with. My biggest problem right now is our inventory. Good listings are selling fast, but with all the negative press about the real estate market, some people who really want or need to sell are staying put, which is sad. Anyway, I'm looking to help 2 or however many you want.
That would be your choice, right? So, okay.
This is why it's important to read this over and over again in practice, right? And this is what I've not been doing. So, okay. So I'm looking to help two families to buy or sell before the end of the month. Whom do you know that's been talking about real estate, talking about the real estate market? Blah,
So
blah,
the
bing.
answer, So then I'll take the other side. So I would say, oh, I do. And then you, what do you say?
That's great. If you if you think we would be a good fit, I would be happy to reach out to them and see if the timing is right for them now.
Okay, so what if I say, I don't really know anyone right now?
Oh, well, I appreciate you giving it some thought and would really appreciate it if you do think of someone. Yeah, I keep my finger on the pulse. What? Hold on a second. I keep my finger on the pulse of the market, on the market here, and would be glad to share what's happening now. Just text me, or better yet, call me with the contact info and I'll reach out to them immediately.
Cool.
Okay.
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 Could you say that?
I could definitely say that in shorter words.
Okay. All right. So did everybody get a good screenshot of this? Because I'm going to move on if you have. And I'm going to give you another script.
No, I'm basically don't know how to do the screenshot kind of thing.
Oh, just open your phone, take a picture of it.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second.
Sure. Tell me when you're ready. So what about the rest of you? Could you do this script?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right. Now I'm going to give you another one. And you can take a picture of this one too if you want. So, okay, Ted, you want to read for me? You do the you and you do where it says you. So go ahead.
Okay, I guess name, my name or your name?
My name.
Okay,
Because you're talking to me.
DJ, it's been a while since we've talked about, and frankly, it's me who should have apologized. Wait for the answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you answered?
No.
I'm making,
Oh, okay. You're right. I'm not playing. Okay. That's okay. I haven't called you either. What's going on?
I'm making some changes, and you have my commitment that I'll give you a call at least 2 times a year. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Great. Do you have a minute to confirm the contact information that I have?
Of course.
Are you still at the address? Is this still the
Uh,
best number for you?
Yeah. I am.
What is the best email for you?
That's coachdjt@gmail.com.
By the way, is there any way that I can help you today? I have a pretty large database with folks in every profession you can think of. So if you need something, please make me your first call.
Okay, and then the person in the parentheses, it's information for you. So so let me just insert this. So if your sphere of influence person is an attorney, a financial planner, a plumber, or whatever, ask if they'd like to be in your resource guide. Start making a resource guide so that you are a resource if people call you. Okay, so go ahead. Now,
Before you hang up, may I ask you a favor?
Sure, what do you need?
Today's market is a bit crazy. In our area, we have an incredibly low inventory, and although the media makes it sound like the sky is falling, people are still looking for homes, and people still want to sell and make a change. So I want to put a bug in your ear. If you come across anyone that is talking about wishing they could buy or sell, would you introduce us? I don't want to make you work. So just do a three-way text or email, and I'll take it from there. My goal is to find at least 3 of those families this month.
Okay, what do you guys think about that one?
That, I think that's very good. I would just need to say it over and over and over again. I think that, yeah, I like that.
And maybe you wouldn't use it all, right? Maybe you would just use part of it. So somebody else, what do you think? Do you like that one? That also is from somebody that said that's how they're getting more referrals than they've ever gotten from their sphere.
Yes, it's good.
Isn't it true that we need the inventory? Is any of this false?
No,
Okay. So, all right. So what I'm going to stop screen share. Everybody hopefully got what they want. So let's do some role play. You have your scripts. So I want 2 volunteers. Okay, Virginia, who else?
I'll go.
Okay, Heather. Okay, Virginia, you be the agent, and Heather, you be the client. And Heather, don't be easy on her, but don't be really mean.
Okay.
but she's not gonna be my sphere of influence. She's just a client.
Yeah, no, she's a sphere. I'm sorry, she's a friend, somebody that's in your contact list.
Okay. Hey, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, Heather. How have you been?
I'm great, Virginia. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch with you. How's the family doing?
Pretty good. Busy. How about you?
Oh, I'm starting this real estate career, so you can imagine learning every single day new things. So by the way, I want to ask you, I know that we haven't been talking lately, but do you with the market as it is going, I just would like to ask you if you know of someone who is interested in selling or buying a house, because I'm committed to at least get 3 people every month so I can help them out with this process and learn more about this real estate and help people. So do you have someone in mind or someone you know?
Not that I can think of.
Well, so I'm going to can I ask you for a big favor?
Sure.
If you come to know someone who is interested or is talking about, selling or buying, can you just let them know about me? Or even better, if you can just make like a 3-way conversation so we can get together or perhaps go out for coffee or something, and then I can just talk to them. Will that be okay with you?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, well, thank you, Heather. Give a big hug to the whole family. Kisses to you all, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks.
Take care.
Okay, let's give some feedback. Tony, what do you think?
If it's a friend, I mean, you could let them know this is about business. But if it's been somebody that you haven't spoken to in a long time, it should be a little bit longer. That's sometimes they could curtail into a half hour, even though you don't want that to happen, because you're trying to call a lot of people at the same time. But you said, sorry, I haven't called you and we haven't spoken. At least tell her, listen, this is a business call. We'll get together for coffee and catch up with everything else soon.
Exactly, right? Okay.
I liked it, but what I have found is when I do call people, friends that maybe I haven't talked to in a while, as soon as I mention real estate, even just casually, their tone changes and they're like, yeah, I gotta go. They just get real defensive. And so I found that, my husband jokes and he said, well, if you ever want to get out of a conversation, just bring up real estate because they'll hang up real quick. And so that's what I have found. Just, it's hard to transition.
That's why I mentioned it had to be a little bit longer with the friendship part before she got into the business.
Yeah, you can't jump right in, right, Tony?
Right.
I'm never that fast. I always talk about so many things, but I don't want to take your whole day.
No, but Virginia did fantastic. I mean, it didn't sound scripted. In fact, I was trying to figure out, I'm like, wait, what script are we on? Because she was just doing it so naturally.
I don't follow scripts because I don't know how to talk and read.
Well, that's why you practice and you internalize them and you get them in your head,
I
right?
know, I need to get that so I can ask the right questions. I'm practicing.
And I think that one of the best scripts I ever heard was that you have the conversation, like Tony said, you catch up, you reinforce that you are, that your friends or that your, connections or whatever. And then you say, as you're closing it down, you say, oh, by the way, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you about real estate. So I don't get, don't back up on me, but I really am interested. Do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell? Because we really need inventory. And if you know anybody that wants to buy or sell, the market isn't as bad as the media is making it out to be. And I'd love to explain it to them. And then let them talk and then get off the phone. That way you're ending the conversation. They're not getting defensive and you are doing your job, because honestly, that is your job, right? By the way, if I'd be a mess if I didn't go forward and ask you about real estate, because that's what I do. So
I've been taking a Brian Buffini training and he calls it the Columbo. He says you should end everything with, oh, by the way, just before I go, like an afterthought type thing.
Exactly. So it's not why you called, but you remembered, oh, by the way, I haven't even said anything about real estate, but we are low on inventory. You have to have a reason for bringing up the real estate part, right? Otherwise, you are just calling to get business and you're trying to get them to give you business. And people feel that difference. If you call and you have that social conversation, and then it's oh, by the way, I think that would be a little bit easier for you. Okay, who else? Who wants to practice another script? Come on, somebody out there. Okay, Tony, I'm going to put you on the spot. Jeff, you too.
I didn't get a chance to get a picture of the scripts that you had up there.
That's okay.
Approve
Use
them?
your script. Use your script. You be the agent and Jeff will be your friend.
And I'm calling a sphere of influence?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask them for referrals.
Mhm.
All right, where's Mr. Jeff? Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Jeff, how you been? How's everything?
Hi, Tony. It's been a while.
It sure has, and I apologize for that. I should have kept in touch with you a lot more than I have. I've just been very busy with life, and I'm sure you have as well, right? I've seen some of your posts on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, how was that vacation out? You guys went out to California recently, didn't you?
Yes. Went out
Awesome.
there.
Looks like you had a great time.
Yes.
Wow. And the kids, your daughter went off to college.
Yep. Sent my son off to college.
Oh, your son went off to college. I know exactly how you feel because my daughter just went to FSU. She's like 4 hours away, and it hurts me. Oh my God, to the teeth. So I can imagine what you're feeling.
So what are you up to these days?
Well, working a lot, studying a lot. As you know, and probably heard in the news, the real estate market is coming to a big, big change. And this is what us realtors call a shift. So I'm just going to a lot of classes, learning how to help everyone as much as I can. How about you?
Good. Yeah, my business is going real well. I do a lot of IT consulting and helping people. But I didn't actually realize you went into real estate.
Oh yeah, I've been in real estate for a pretty long time. I thought this was a sphere of influence that I helped close in the past.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm over here thinking that you're a sphere of influence that I help you buy a house and all that stuff. So you already knew I'm a realtor.
Okay.
All
Gotcha.
right. Let's get back into it. In other words, you didn't know I was in real estate. Well, you know what? My apologies. I actually thought you knew I was a realtor. I'm plastered all over Facebook and Instagram. I guess you didn't have a chance to see any of my posts.
Yeah, sometimes I don't keep up with Facebook too much.
Yeah. Well, anyway, listen, this is a really quick call. I hope to catch up with you in the future again, have coffee with you. I was hoping to see if you could help me out with something.
And what's that?
Well, I just need a big favor this month. I just took a class with a few other agents, and the agent who gets the most families to help by the end of the month gets a prize for it, and I would love to win that prize. So I was just wondering, do you happen to know anyone at the moment who's been trying to buy a property and needs help, some guidance?
Yeah, I was actually talking to my neighbor next door and she's thinking about selling her house. Yeah.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Is there any way possible you could get me in touch with her?
Sure. I could give your name and phone number.
All right, terrific. I really appreciate that. I'll let her
Okay.
know that you gave me her number. Would that be okay?
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, terrific, terrific. And I'll keep you updated on what's happening.
Okay, that'd be great.
I hope to get together with you soon.
Okay.
And
thanks a
lots
lot.
of success for your son up in college.
Great.
All
Thank
right,
you.
awesome.
Bye.
I already wrote down the name and everything.
Good job. Who else wants to do a script?
Any
Okay.
critiques?
I'm going to give you another script, and but I'm going to preface it. Okay.
DJ, any critiques or?
Oh, you know, you do a great job. Obviously, you always do a great job. But I do think that, you know, it's so important, just like you said, that you really do you connect with that person and you get them talking about themselves, because you let him talk, and normally you would probably let him talk even longer, right?
Oh, yeah.
But before you even brought up what you called for, but you did say, I called for a reason, and that's kind of important to say.
Mhm.
Because, you know, you can either say, oh, you popped up on my Facebook memories, or, you know, or I was just thinking about you, or we were just talking about you, or you could say, I called for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they go, why is she calling me? Or why is he calling me? You know, what's this about? So, you know, you better have a reason for calling, not just, you know, I'm going through my database and I'm calling to hope you'll give me some business, right? That's kind of like what you don't want it to sound like.
Right.
And,
Awesome.
yeah, you did.
I have a question about it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it being like, oh, by the way, before I go, but also then it kind of seems like everything we just talked about was just kind of fake. My real goal was to get a referral. So does it ever work to say, hey, you know what? It's been a while and I'm calling for a reason. And the reason is this. Now that we've got that out of the way, I would love to chat and catch up and see how you truly are. Does it ever work to flip it?
I don't know. Try.
Tony, you have experience with
It all depends on the relationship you have with the person you're calling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you feel it when they were like, most of the people that I call that are my sphere of influence are my past clients.
right.
Or someone that I used to work with a long time ago. So we really get into the conversation of what we used to do and laugh about it. You know, and then they end up asking me, because they already know I'm a realtor.
Right.
They ask me, how's the real estate business? Oh, great, by the way. And then I get into it.
Right. I just know, like my husband, I hear him get so frustrated on the phone when people don't get to the point. So he would rather, what's your point? And then we can move past it rather than just having somebody drag it out to. So I guess you just have to know the person.
Yeah, you know the person, and people love, I mean, the greatest conversation is themselves. So you keep asking about them and they keep talking, believe me, they keep talking, and before you know it, they ask you about you.
And
Thank you.
it's always true that if they've talked enough, they're going to ask you about you.
Mhm.
And, you know, for a new agent, here's what I would say if I were a new agent. And what are you doing now, DJ? Well, I just turned my life upside down. I got my real estate license. I'm starting a real estate business, and I'm doing all this training and I'm learning all this stuff. And I can't believe how excited I am to be able to help people find homes, because I did not realize how much was involved in that. Do you know anybody that's going to buy or sell? People like to help, but they like to help not feel used, right? So if you, by saying, if you would help me, that really usually takes out that you're using them because you're asking for help. A lot of the people that I've been talking to lately have actually said they have called people in their, not beyond their their friends and their past clients. They're calling, their attorney and their inspector and their lender and whatever, and saying, look, I am committed to helping people during this crazy market. And I would really appreciate your help if you know anybody. And it's interesting how many of those people come back and say, sure, nobody else has asked me to help, but yeah, I'll help. So it's, people like to help, but they don't like to feel used. Right? Does that make sense? So let's, who else would like to do Karen, you want to do a script?
I thought you were gonna put a new one up.
Oh, that's right, I was. Okay, all right, but I was gonna, all right. So I'm not gonna have a whole lot of time to talk about this, but I do want to make this point. At a time like this, it's really important that you start thinking about what can you do to give back. And what we're finding in today's world is that people are looking to professionals to say, how are you giving back? And as I was talking to people over the last few weeks, every single person I talk to is in the process of adopting a charity or something to give back to the community as a way to build their brand and to connect with people. So here's what I'm going to say. It's time for you to look at what project would you like to help? One of the people I talked to, his commitment was to provide 12 new wheelchairs, right? Thank you. To a assisted living place. And so he was able to then call his sphere and say, hey, how are you doing? I'd love to catch up with you, but I am calling for a reason. My team and I have started a charity or a program. Don't call it a charity, call it a program where I am committed to giving 12 wheelchairs to this particular, has to be focused, has to be local, right? So to this assisted living place in the next year. And since I'm taking that out of my commission, I need to make more sales. So I'm hoping you'll help me. And I'm not asking you to donate to my wheelchairs, all of that. I'm just asking you, who do you know that wants to buy or sell, and that I could sell 2 properties this month, and I could buy a wheelchair this month and take it out to them and do it every month. Or maybe and so what you have to do is now you have to look at what do you want to do? Is it a school project? Is it a saving dogs and cats? Is it an animal shelter? Is it you want to give a generator to a church? Do you want to put a well in a village in Africa? What do you want to do? If you want to support a women's shelter, do you want to support anything that you have a passion for? Because it has to be real. It can't be, oh, I'm gonna do this so that I can market this. It can't be that. It has to be real, and you have to give it back, and you have to do what you say, and you have to put it out in social media and every place else and let people know. So let's look at, if you were to do that, what would that script look like? So I'm going to now do this again and do a screen share. And can you see it? Yes, no?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. That's because I'm lame at this. Okay. Let me move this over here. And I should be able to do that then. All right. Let me put this, share screen. All right. I think if I do this and then do this. How about now? Did it work this time?
No.
No,
No.
not
Oh.
yet.
Okay. What am I doing wrong here, Jeff? Okay. I'm going to, let me see if I do this. Okay, hold on. Yes.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. All right. So this is that, and I'll just read it real fast. Hi, Jeff. How's it going? Make small talk, get caught up 10, 15 minutes, and then, hey, it's so good to catch up. And I want to share some news. I have a new project and I'd really love to have your help. My goal is to, whatever it is, provide 12 wheelchairs from my real estate sales. Since I'm funding this by myself by setting aside a percentage of every sale, it would be greatly appreciated if you or your friends could send any real estate referrals my way. I wanted to reach out to you first because you know a lot of people that I don't. And if anyone can help me make this happen, it's you. Thanks in advance, and I'll keep you posted. Obviously, you're going to stop and let them ask questions and talk about it. But, take a picture if you want it. And then give me your input. What do you think about this idea? You can use this in your marketing. You can use it on your signature. You can use it as on your business card. You can have pictures taken of you with your project. So if you were doing the wheelchairs, let's say, you could go into the assisted living home and you could have your picture taken at the front desk or outside or with, whatever. And you can use that in your marketing. You can go on social media. You can talk about it. You can make them the emphasis of your marketing. Now, you can also get people to buy into their website. If you're working with, let's say you're working, I don't know, with, let's say it's an animal shelter. Send people to their website. Make sure you're doing something to help them, but it's also going to help you because now your name, your picture is out there in front and you're giving back. It's hugely important in today's world that you have that culture of giving back. So everybody got that? I'm going to take it off now so I can see your faces. Okay, so can I?
Hey, can we pull up the that script again, please? I want to take a screenshot real quick. Thank you. Sorry.
I'm so good at this. Yeah, thanks.
Sorry. I was trying to do it, but then I was multitasking.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do this again. Let's see. All right.
Also, I would love, and I know I see her on here. I would love if Karen would, hey Karen, if she would script and role play and do it, because I absolutely admire her. Ever since I met her at one of her listings and how she does, her work as well. So I would love to hear how she would put this into play, any of the scripts. If you're down for it, Karen.
I pasted the last script in the chat, so you don't have to post it, DJ.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I see it.
Oh, you're so great, Jeff. Thank you so much. Since I'm not that good at this. So, all right, great.
That's a screenshot. Thank you.
Okay,
And
Karen.
thank you for your kind words. I'm on the spot now, so I have to do it, right?
Okay, so,
I'm like,
okay, you have to do the other part, okay?
so I'm going to be the agent, and who's going to be my sphere?
Who
I'll
asked
do
you?
Stephanie.
Okay. So Stephanie, you want to be the client or the sphere?
Absolutely. And I'm not going to make it easy for you, Karen. Because I want to see
Good,
how
'cause
you handle. I want to
Because I
see
need
how
to be
you
doing this. I
handle
really
that.
need to be doing this. I'm
Well,
embarrassed that
it's
I
like natural
didn't.
for you, I feel. So I just want to hear how it comes out your mouth.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Let's do this.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Ring. Hello.
Hi, this is Karen. I haven't talked to you in a long time. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great, great. Just enjoying my 3 granddaughters and traveling and doing all kind of fun things. But I called you because I saw a memory post on Facebook of the our closing 5 years ago.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Honestly, we couldn't have done it without you. You
Oh,
just helped.
thank you. Yeah, I
Yes.
can't believe it's been that long, and shame on me for not keeping in touch as well as I should have been.
I
But I have a new commitment this year to reach out to past clients and just, as a friend, keep the friendship going because I do build relationships. It's not just about a
Mhm.
transaction. So I hope you felt that while we were working together.
God, yes. Yes.
Thanks.
I'm
How's your
glad everyone,
family?
they're doing good. I'm glad to hear from you that everyone on your side is doing good too. And on a typical regular conversation, this would stretch out for a minute as far as catching up with family and everything. So we're going to skip that for everyone else.
Okay. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. So we've talked 5 more minutes about family and
Mhm.
how important you are to me and that everything is going great with both of us. So glad to hear it. Well, and before I let you go, wanted to ask a couple of things. One is because I'm committed to now stay in touch with past customers better than I have been. Would you mind if I reached out every couple of months and just say hi and maybe once in a while meet for coffee somewhere and catch up that way?
Of course. Are you
Yes.
gonna put me on some kind of what am I signing up for?
You're not signing up for anything. I'm not going to bug you to death, but just staying in touch like I should have been all along.
Okay. Okay.
So
That'll seem
yeah, and
around
if
that.
you don't have time to take my call, that's fine. Send me a voicemail or we can text. Do you like to text? I thought
Yes,
you
that's
like to
cool.
text too. Okay.
Mhm.
So one way or another, I'm just going to stay in touch and be a better friend.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
good with that.
Good. And the second reason, before I let you go, is that I'm sure you're hearing in the media how crazy this real estate market is. Certainly different than it was 5 years ago. And
Yeah. That's
so,
how the real estate business is doing.
yep. And I'm doing really well. So I'm still, doing this full time and committed to helping people every single day. But right now I have 2 openings that I would love to fill because I try to only work with, the number of customers I can actually handle myself and give them great service. But I have 2 openings right now
Mhm.
because there's a shortage of listings on the market. I would love to have appointments with 2 new sellers that I don't know yet. So I just want you to keep me in mind if you have talked to anyone, your neighbors, friends, or family that are thinking about selling but kind of scared because of the market. I can really fill them in as to what is really going on.
Okay.
Because what's out there is a lot of false information and everything is location specific and I would love to just help them understand what the real information is. So is
Ah,
there anyone like that you've talked to lately that you can think of off the top of your head?
no, but I love what you said as far as, giving them the real information. I'm sorry. I'm just a big fan here, Karen. Yeah.
Oh,
I will give you all the referrals. I will give you
oh,
everyone
thank
in my
you, thank
database.
you.
Anyone I've heard of, I'll make sure that they call you.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. And we'll keep in touch. And if you ever want to reach out to me, the phone goes both ways.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, Karen, would you ever offer at any time during that, close to the end, to do a home evaluation for her?
You know what? I just was mentoring some new agents about doing this. I should have said that. Yeah, that's a very good way to make an appointment, even if they're not ready to sell. I've told my mentees that, you know, reach out to close family and friends and say, I've got a homework assignment. I've got to get a market analysis done for my mentor by next week. Could I come over and take a look at your house and do a real good evaluation for you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think this is just my opinion. I'll take anybody else's opinion on this, but I think people are so scared that they don't realize how much equity they have in their home. And everybody's saying, oh, you know, interest rates are so high, nobody can afford a house, blah, 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 blah. But let's be honest. If you bought a house 5 years ago for $250,000, it's worth at least $4 now, right? And you take that money at 150 out, plus whatever you were going to put down on a down payment, you are not changing your payment that much, right? So it is not that big a deal. It's just that the interest rate's a little bit higher. But I ran the numbers on my house, and my mortgage payment would be $500 different a month. Well, if I wanted to live someplace else, then $500 a month isn't that much to pay. So, you know, I think that maybe that, by the way, Heather, might be by the way, you know, everybody's homes have gone up in the past few years. Would you like a home evaluation just so you know what your house is worth right now? Just to give you an idea. I think in today's world, people want that because the media is crazy. They're making everybody crazy, and everybody's shutting down and sheltering in because of the media. And it's our job to let them know really what the market is. So, all right, we are almost at the end. Does anybody have any comments, criticism? We're going to do this every 2 weeks. Well, not these scripts. We're going to do different scripts. We're going to put up different scenarios, and it won't be all for your sphere. It'll be different things. I have some more information about the charity portion. So if you are interested in that, just reach out to me, or we can, if you want, we can go into more depth in 2 weeks. But I think that we really, really, really need to do script practice. And if it's nothing more than knowing how you're going to end your conversation, that's at least you know. If you're doing videos, how are you doing your videos? So we need scripts for our videos, and then we need the script, and then we need how do you do the video, right? And so if you are uncomfortable with calling your people, why don't you send them a video? And why don't you do something really easy like, hi Jeff, I'm doing a video. I haven't been doing these. I'm, starting my real estate career, or I'm expanding my real estate business, or whatever you're going to say. And I'm doing videos. Will you do me a favor and let me know how I sound and how this is going, and if I should be doing these? And make yourself very vulnerable and put that out to some people that you're closer to, and get some feedback. Get some feedback to how they feel about the videos. But people like it when you're vulnerable, and, just be a little bit, put yourself out there for that. So, okay, I've got 2 minutes. Comments. Anybody have anything to say? Was it worth your time?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we definitely have to do this more often so that the words just come naturally, and I see the importance. I know the importance because it's the words that we have to make sure that we can just kind of navigate into the conversation. And this is a reminder of that. So I really appreciate that, and the different things that we have to bring up in the conversation as our job. It's important. Thank you.
And the scripts don't have to be word for word. Some people think that you have to do the script exactly the way it was written. You don't. You just take it in, say it like was written, say it like was written, say it like was written, over and over and over again. and then you will customize that to your own style, but you're getting the message across. So when people say, oh, I hate scripts, don't hate scripts. Embrace them, listen to them, practice them, and then what comes out of your mouth is not going to be that script the way it was written. It's going to be your version of that script. So don't worry about that, okay? And go out, have a great day, make $1 million, take a listing today, and then let me know how it goes when you make those calls. My challenge to you is make 10 calls in the next 2 weeks before I see you again. And then you tell me how it went. That's only basically 1 call a day, and to your sphere, and let me know how it goes. So, all right. Joe, you can turn off the recording, please, or I can turn.